tapping the ancestral staff, calling the ancestors to bring the blessings. The ancestors say, you got a right, you got a right, you got a right to the key of life. You got a right, you got a right, you got a right to the key of life. You got a right, you got a right, you got a right to the key of life. You got a right, you got a right, you got a right to the key of life. You got a right to the key of life. You got a right to the key of life. I praise the creator of all existence. I give light to you, ancestors, so I am clearly directed down my destined path, leading me toward prosperity, abundance, progress, and evolution. Ancestors, you are special among the spirits. You have descendants who honor you and will not let you be forgotten. With you by my side, I overcome all challenges and obstacles. You bring the perfect opportunities, blessings, and solutions in the perfect way. We, your descendants, carry your dreams for the future. Watch over me, protect me, and guide me. Your love transcends the distance of time and space to meet me here in this place. The wisdom of my ancestors is always with me. Wisdom of the ancestors takes me higher, higher. Power of the ancestors makes me stronger, stronger. Still my heart and mind in perfect peace and resolve. I thank you for bringing the perfect solution in the perfect way at the perfect time for the best of all of us. Continue to bless my path and road and the paths and roads of those I love. May your wisdom bring all goodness and all prosperity to my home. Bless me with what I need so that I may be able to fulfill my earthly duties with ease and comfort and abundance overflowing. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your love. And thank you for your wisdom. Wisdom of the ancestors takes me higher, higher. Power of the ancestors makes me stronger, stronger. You are a magnet for miracles. You are a miracle. What if you truly allow yourself to believe all things are possible? Dare to dream bigger. You claim that you want miracles, but you take an "I'll believe it when I see it" approach. What if you will see it after you believe it? Believe that you deserve to be, do, have the world that you want for yourself. You can be your true self. Do what awakens your soul and have your desires. This is life's miracle. If you haven't witnessed your miracle yet today, ask for it and allow it in. Your life is full of miracles. Welcome to Blended Healing and happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you, whether you identify as a mother who birthed
or those who stepped in the gap to be the nurturer, the healer, the listener. I want you to get yourself back on track, on purpose, on purpose. When we think about our purpose and how we feel as though may have lost our way. And we need to start the process of trying to figure out why our life is lacking purpose and feeling as though your life is meaningless. You need to get back on track. Get back on track. What gives your life meaning? Why are you here? What should you do with your life? These are all important and natural, essential, and practical questions that we all ask ourselves at times. It all circumvents the notion of having a purpose, a reason to wake up and to move forward in our lives, a way of finding satisfaction and joy. Unfortunately, we can fall off and lose that sense of purpose as we feel. And sometimes it happens at long periods of time where we just don't know what direction we're going because we have lost our purpose. And just like a lot of different problems and situations and chaos in your life, your lack of purpose is not so much a problem, but it's the outcome of other underlining problems. Ashe, Ashe. We're here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about that today. Get your life back on purpose.
As crazy as it might sound, there are some people who struggle with being alive because for them there is no clarity in what their purpose in life is. Like waking up every day, the day-to-day interactions that they have either feel repetitive every single day or it all just feels like a blur altogether. And I hope that you never feel so overwhelmed or literally so depressed into the lack of identifying or feeling that you don't have any purpose that you forget the quest of identifying who you are and what you were created on this earth for.
Hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. Being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Practice being transparent. Start with the people closest to you and say, I haven't been showing the whole me, but I'm starting today. Have the courage to feel and to express your feelings without people pleasing. Speak your truth. Share your story. Cultivate an appreciation for vulnerability in others. Become comfortable with being uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable too. Say to yourself that you have the courage to be vulnerable. It's time to get back on purpose. I know that an ending of a chapter could also propagate you feeling the way that you feel. That there's a sudden hole in your everyday life due to circumstances. And you may have gone through a loss, and with loss comes grief. And one chapter of your life has closed, and you are in that challenging transition period of redefining and rediscovering who is apart from who you were. But for others, it may be triggered by your children maybe leaving home, or the passing away of a parent that you cared for so long, or by a physical or emotional limitations that take away activities that used to bring you joy. You find that grief and depression are related, but different. Beloved, understand that grief is tied to loss and it follows a natural process. Depression can be biological or situational, where you feel trapped. Your world turns to gray and you find yourself constantly saying, why bother? You got to put yourself back on track. You got to live your life on purpose. Depression will drain your energy, making it hard for you to move forward. Your depressive brain tells you that you can't do what you want to do, or it just won't even matter. And when this happens, you are eliciting anxiety. Anxiety. When we experience a form of anxiety, we know that we shut down. We shut down. You have to live your life, or learn to live your life despite the anxiety. Anxiety makes your world seem unsafe, and it makes your world smaller, and you are being too cautious. It drains your passion. It drains your creativity, and it prevents you from doing what you truly want to do. I'm here to tell you today, live your life on purpose. Sometimes people lives are loaded with the shoulds, shoulda, woulda, coulda. And with those type of things, what you keep telling yourself, you end up living your life in black and white instead of living color. It becomes a right and wrong type of a situation, the way that you're thinking. But you don't even understand that the reason why you're doing that is because you're anxious. The anxiety is leading you and pushing you into different situations. And at the end of the day, these shoulds, that your sense of purpose, are being restrained and shackled. I want you to understand today that these are the drivers that can erode your sense of purpose. And it's time to get back on track with your life. It's time to get back on track with your life. Live your life on purpose. Learn how to treat your depression. Your depression is only creating a loop that drains your energy and gives you the why bother attitude that undermines your motivation. And without motivation, you don't do and make the changes that can pull you out of that depression. Depression, my love, is like a dead battery in a car. And if it sits, it doesn't do better. It only gets worse. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Just as you need to push the car or jumpstart that battery to get it recharged, you need to do the same thing to yourself through action. Through action. What is the action that you can do? By taking no action, it's only making it worse. Live your life on purpose. Reconnect with some of the things that sparked you, your old passions. The old passions. Respark that in your life. What about reaching out to other people that can help you? And if you feel as though that you need to find that spark, why don't you get off your ass and ask if anybody else that you love needs help? Because by helping others, it can also help you get out of your head and your narrow life and into a life of others. And you can feel good because generally people appreciate what you do, and appreciate gives you a sense of value and makes a difference, no matter how small it is. No matter how small. Beloveds, I want you to get out of your head and get into your gut. Meaning, listen to the intuition that you have on deck. And if you are so hardwired by the things that saying I shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? It's time for you to start rewiring your mind to pay attention to and use that emotion as information. Use that intuition to push you. Listen to that small voice. All of those shoulds and should nots can leave you feeling anxious, confused, and guilty. Whereas your emotions are a source of passion, desire, and energy. Start by paying attention to the slightest wisp of feelings that tell you what you want and what you don't want, what is for your higher good and what is not. Live your life on purpose. Learn to trust your emotions. Learn to trust your intuition and let them guide you so you can start rewiring your brain. Do you understand that you can't figure out your sense of purpose by sitting on the couch and mulling over it? Life is a process of elimination, and you need to explore and experiment and try things and see what sticks and what works and what doesn't. You want to shut down that critical voice that tells you that you don't have to do it right or that is the best fit. Instead, focus on doing the thing. Focus on doing something different and being bold about it and taking the acceptable risk. Listen to your intuition. You have been pre-wired before you got here, and you will serve a purpose. Sometimes you have to go through a lot of streets and hit dead ends. That's a part of the transition, baby. Being proven by fire to make you understand that there's a better way. And also, it helps to clear away the different obstacles that keep you from acting and moving forward, even though you hit those dead ends. You got to keep going. You turn around, put yourself in reverse, and you try the next one. And before you know it, you will get yourself back on purpose. Follow that intuition. Follow that small voice that is inside of your mind that's telling you yes. The small voice that's telling you no. The small voice that's telling you to go forward, not to sit on your ass and let the depression and the anxiety make you immobile. What is the one thing that you can do that no one else can do because of who you are? And whatever your answer is, that's your purpose. Ashe, Ashe.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the reason so many people are currently struggling with their purpose is because you believe you need to constantly be aware of it in order to fulfill it. You want to be able to see the impact of your outcome while you're still in the midst of the processing. And an actor never knows how well a scene is playing out till the director calls cut and they're playing it the fuck back. So anytime you feel like, oh, I need that awareness, remind yourself that it may not provide the help that you believe it will. It may hinder you. It may distract you. It may be the reason all that doubt surfaces. I look at purpose like this. It's that only position that you've been hired for without having to apply to it. It's the position that you're already qualified for before you built the fucking skill set. And it's the only job you won't ever really have to quit because by the time you're done, it's already fucking over. You're always going to be perfectly in sync with your purpose, even without your awareness.
Your ancestors protect the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is you. Divine ones walk beside and within you. Trust. Your ancestors want to remind you that you are not alone. They are rooting for you. They ask you to honor your spirit guides and call upon the power of the divine. Create or nourish your ancestral altar or shrine. You need to unbury your ancestors. Speak their names. Your divine lineage ancestors may be blood related or culturally or spiritually connected. Say, I am my sister, and my sister is me. Ashe. Ashe. Live your life on purpose. You need a soul checkup. We all want a sense of meaning and purpose in our lives. And if you're feeling spiritually rusty, we have to find ways to reconnect with our truth. Whether you are a devout or agnostic, we are all theologians. A spiritual impulse runs through every aspect of our human experience. It is part of us that is search for the meaning. What matters in life? What matters in death? How do we show love? How can we be of service to one another and to the world? We know that in some religious traditions that came up to try to address these questions, and many of us grew up thinking of the answers as being experts, as being clergy, or as being saints. We never learned how to use our own personal experiences to discern our own meaning of truth. Here's what you can do. You need a soul checkup. In your time, in our time, we have so many issues, and we have to live by so many different rules and regulations that are based upon institutionalization of how we were placed in a box. And the definition of the beginning and the end of life, or of marriage, or of family, or of love and community, from all different types of conversations that you have with people across the world and in all different walks of life and different transitions. Sometimes religious wisdom is much about contemplating questions as it is about closing in on the answers. Start to think of your spiritual dilemma and not just their answers as blessed and sacred. Chew on them and share them with others. Live your life on purpose, beloved. You know that it poses a large spiritual question that you like to explore or to be more knowledgeable about. What gives you a spark? Who is the divine that you have to believe in? How do you make sense of the evil in the world and live with that? What is prayer? Start responding by reflecting, meditating, or writing in your journal, and answer it through the story of your life. And if you consider prayer, call up the prayers of your childhood, those that you said and what they meant to you, the periods when you stopped praying and why. The different forms of your prayer has taken in joyous, fearful, or heartbreaking moments. You will gain a clarity about your beliefs that you did not have before. And you may face further ways in which you need to explore those beliefs. When you are feeling as though you are in thin times is when the veil between heaven and earth is worn thin, where they are so close that they seem to touch. And we all have experienced that type of instance when we're surrounded by natural beauty in moments of friendship or in love, in a place of quiet, or even at a hospital bed. Recall those times when you experienced just a slight moment of mystery, and revisit that memory and feel how they were imprinted on your life. Live your life on purpose. On purpose. Take an issue that you are passionate about, that has inflamed you, and humanize Have a discussion with someone in your family or somebody in your community on the opposite side of that issue, right? But don't start with predictable arguments or positions. Instead, ask yourself and each other, when did I start to care about this? Why do I care now? What are the hopes and fears I bring to the issue? This won't make that conversation less complicated or make it come to a resolution any quicker, but it can transform the way that you treat each other along the way. What it does is it brings forward compassion, a core virtue in every spiritual tradition. It can help you identify the questions that you share in common, as well as the answers that divides us. And it can make a new kind of conversation possible. Ashe, Ashe.
I always approach it as like, oh, what should I do? Like, I don't know what I'm good at. I promise you, you do actually know. The thing is that it's usually the thing that you write off as being normal, simple thing that you just do. You don't see it as having the power or the impact that it actually does because it comes so natural to you. Your lane, your creative niche is that thing that you be downplaying. Once you stop downplaying it,
Beloveds, you need a soul checkup. Revisit the words that are important in your spiritual practice for the richness of your own experiences that might give them. Toss those words around in your mind outside the context in which you learned about them and look for them in the light of real life. Remember that many of us grew up thinking of God as Father. It's a metaphor, it's an approximation, but that Father God of your childhood was too literal, all powerful, and remote. But in essence, you can find that the actual experience of being a parent to be much more than vulnerability and loving, excruciating lack of control. And reflecting on this has given you fresh ways to think about the nature of God and the power and the frailty of freedom that makes us human and makes us have these different experiences. Beloved, I'm here to tell you, you got to live your life on purpose. You got to get off the couch. You got to get moving. You got to get moving. Is one of the reasons why you fell off have to do with betrayal. Who really betrayed you? Who? Betrayals from others mirrors you betraying yourself. What are we talking about, Blended? Betrayal is a web that disrupts everything you thought that you knew. Use your discernment in your relationships. Betrayal makes it difficult to trust. But without trust, your relationships are just a lie. Trust that no matter what happens and no matter how long it takes, you will survive and you will thrive. The real question is, how have you betrayed or abandoned yourself? Are you willing to know the truth? So what brought you here? That you're not living your life on purpose. Where's the lie? You need to get quiet so you can get clear. Put your hand on your heart. Now, are you confused or are you afraid? Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Hear what I'm saying to you. The ancestors are talking to you. Show your true face. Wearing a mask only blocks your vulnerability and your blessings. If you're wearing a mask, dare to reveal yourself. You are lying to others and to yourself. Wearing a mask is exhausting. Just be you. And if someone else is wearing a mask with you, you deserve clarity. Your relationship and connection is built on lies. Their mask is just a projection of your own. Are you willing to remove the mask today? Are you ready to live your life on purpose? Try building silence into your life and into your family's life. Silence is an essential element in virtually every spiritual, religious tradition or spiritual health, knowledge, and growth. But it's rare commodity in our culture. We're always bodies in motion. We're always yan, 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 yan. Shut up and listen sometime. We have to learn how to spend time with ourselves, to reacquaint ourselves with silence and tend and treasure in the activities that are already part of your routine: prayer or meditation, walking, or even putting your hands in the earth by gardening, time with your children when the television is off and hearts and minds are still and open. Ashe, Ashe. As I come to a close, the ancestors finally want you to know that you need to stop hiding. You need to start shrinking. You need to stop playing it small. You need to stand tall like a tree. You are mighty. Life does not need to be perfect for you to embrace your own perfection. You matter. You matter. Worthiness is in your veins. Accept yourself now. Your birth certificate says that we need your creative magic, your overflowing magic, your joy, and your vulnerability. And most important, we need you. You are deserving. You are worthy. The beautiful parts of you that everyone likes are worth loving. The parts that of you or others dislike are worth loving too. Your creator loves you unconditionally and you matter. Start saying to yourself that you matter. Get your ass up and live your life on purpose. Do a soul checkup. See where you stand. You got to make a movement to get yourself up to actually put in the work again. I know you're tired, but the divine needs you. The ascended masters need you. The people need you. The Holy Spirit of the living God needs you. The world needs you. Nobody said that this path was going to be easy. And oftentimes it's lonely. There will be parts of this journey where you walk on your own. Live your life on purpose. I want to thank you for stopping by Blended Healing today. I hope I was able to serve you in a way for you to understand as I decrease and the divine increases and the holy community increases, to give you the word that you needed to hear today on this Mother's Day of 2024. Live your life on purpose. And if anybody hasn't told you that they love you today, I'm telling you, I love you. Be well, stay safe, Ashe, and deep bow.
I asked God, why do I sometimes feel lost and unsure of my purpose? And God answered,
in the book of Galatians 6:9, it says, "And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart." My beloved, the feeling of being lost and unsure of your purpose is a common human experience. Just as a traveler may not always know the exact path, I invite you to journey with me in faith. Your purpose unfolds over time like a beautiful tapestry woven thread by thread. Embrace the uncertainty as an opportunity to draw closer to me. Seek me in prayer and listen to the whispers of your heart. Your purpose may not be a single destination, but a series of meaningful moments and connections. Trust that I am guiding you, even when the way seems unclear. Your purpose is intricately connected to the love and light you bring into the lives of others. As you follow my lead, your path will become clearer and your purpose will shine brightly.
Save me from all the pain and all the strain that I feel, all the tears that I cried, all the times I wanted just to say goodbye. I held on to the bed, held on to the bed, I held on to the bed. Walked a million miles I didn't think I could stand. Didn't really know that anyone would understand or hold my hand. Take me to where I know I can find my peace and my sanctuary. Take me away. All my stress and strain, my stress and strain, all my tears and pain, all my tears and pain. Save me, save me, save me. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but